with a mag.
It's just Mag has to be so careful, like towing the line in fights around Fog of War. Okay. Well, when Team Spirit do want to pick a hero Yatoro has played before, it is the Ursa.
It's supposed to be his exception, you know?
Yeah.
He's got one. I'm allowed to just keep picking Ursa because I have the Alpine Ursa hat. But other than that, I'll pick a new carry every game.
I'm so happy you noticed as well, because I was going to say the exact same thing. I've got a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I'm a cowboy.
Ursa. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Well, Team Spirit against Hellraisers, game 1 here on this best of 3 draft, all rounded up. As I believe, before the game starts, we've got a few words from one of our sponsors.
Ten seconds remaining.
Alrighty then, so Trent, looking at this, nothing surprising, right? Everything for Spirit's locked into place as expected.
I've got 2 cups of a little bit of coffee, and I can't remember which one I brought down today.
Oh no.
So now I don't know what to expect. Like,
Teraz
this one?
I mean, don't take the 50-50, just pour like both into one cup.
Put it all together.
Put it all together, and then it's like on average fine, right?
Yeah. That was good logic. Solid logic, Gary. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I might have accidentally poured some from my mug into an empty cup while sitting here absent-mindedly. So thank you. Cheers. Good morning, everyone.
Now you tricked your brain into thinking that is all perfectly fresh, beautiful coffee to wake you up.
Yeah, I make the best coffee, guys. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
Grinding those beans upstairs.
Tasty stuff. Right.
Oh, the Dota. You wanted to talk about that Dota thing?
No, I'm just thinking about coffee now. Like I never used to drink coffee. I used to hate drinking like tea and coffee, hot drinks and stuff. Recently, about a year ago, got an espresso maker, and my God, every morning I am grinding the beans, making a coffee. It's a nice morning routine. But yes, Dota 2. It is a video game that is being played on our screens right now. Hellraisers, Team Spirit, and
I'm not talking about coffee. So that will be an issue. You see, the first time I had coffee is the game begins. I actually remember I had a 20-page essay due, and it was due in like 3 days or something. It was like the semester project in university, and I had coffee for the first time when I was trying to work on it late one night at like 10 p.m. My God. I was never the same. It was so good. Anyway, yeah, that's my story. You guys want to know what my story was about? It was a, oh God, I believe it was a geography degree, and I also did literature, and it was a comparison of how the geography shaped the story of Babette's Feast, I think is what it was called, which was a Norwegian story about these people living in a fjord, and how because of the place where they lived, it really shaped their lives, and how the writer used geography for that. So yeah, my professors really loved me.
I mean, fjord is another fun thing to make when you're creating an Earth, you know?
That's true. Yeah, they have fjords all over the place.
Rivers and stuff. I've forgotten what his name was now. Oh my God.
Oh my! It was Dutch. Sorry, it was Danish. Sorry, not Norwegian. My bad. It was Danish. My bad. Offended someone there. I apologize. Sindrin, Toltz. My bad. They'll deny the bounty rune there, but we can talk about Dota now, ladies and gentlemen. We're here, we're there, we're everywhere. And Laurel indeed on the Sapphire mid versus the Ember Spirit. Yadro's got himself the bear down bottom. It's Ench and Mag, and then this that you had been discussing, the Ricky and the Beastmaster. Would they pair that together just based off of the roles? Because that does make more sense. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know how well Mirror's going to do here. I think maybe he just pulls creeps.
Yeah, against the Clock Prophet. Like, Clockwork is so good at doing exactly this, going 1v2, bullying, and he has the backup of Treants as well. So he's doing quite a lot of damage here just from the Beastmaster and Ricky, but it's also the fact they're being pushed away from the wave. And that Raging Creep Wave, there's still plenty of creeps alive for it to to be shifted a little bit closer to that Dire Tier 1, but Mira does get a courier snipe in the meantime. Solar maybe stepping a little bit too far forward.
I swear. The fact that individual couriers were added too late in Dota. Down bottom of Poshka. Oh, barely lives. Turns back fucking fairy fires. That was crazy. Should have been dead. But if they had been individual couriers like 6 years ago instead of however long, God, it probably feels like it hasn't been that long. Anyway, people don't care about the couriers like they would have if they'd existed longer. People give them away for free way too often. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Solo.
Yeah, I remember
the old dog, new tricks.
It was like 3 years ago. I remember you going on about people trying to smoke into Roast, and then they've got 3 couriers flying over observer boards, and it's like one of your major gripes with
Still happens every game. Playing courier wars, guys. It'll win you your pubs. I promise you.
It's bringing like a branch and a fairy fire, and it gives away an entire 5-man smoke gank. Like, okay,
yeah.
That wasn't worth it. But yeah, looks like both of these side lanes, the carry's going to be coming out on top. Ursa against the Magnus, and then Enchantress, if they land these Starstorms and Shocks, they can push a lot of damage forward. And for the meantime, it looks like Spirit at top there, trying to contend with Solo here, still just dragging waves into creep camps.
Man, Conqueror just feels like so good in these situations. You all down bottom here, as you can see a little bit of poking there, but yeah, here we go, back up there on the Clockwork, just punching away.
1v2ing the entire time. Ring of protection, keeping him very tanky. Got his magic stick, nothing else he needs.
And Mira has the Orb of Venom too, which also feels kind of bad. Because like, you purchase this and the support is just bullying you guys anyway.
Yeah, you're not chasing the person with all the venom, he's chasing you.
Although this could be bad, because he's got, oh wait, he's got the cogs. He needs to make it, okay. I thought maybe there'd be a turn there, but he's got some backup coming. Dog was actually ready, that was really cool. He ran up further just to ensure that they didn't get the turn back onto Solo.
Yeah, and also giving the opportunity for like a cogs in to just right-click and collapse down, because he's got no Fairy Fire or HP regen, really. Collapse got trapped in cogs, probably would have died.
Yeah, why? He's pretty far away from Helm.
I think he's just spamming axes, so wanted that Bassi a little earlier on in the lane.
Also, Yadaro's courier is just up top on the long chill. That's a long journey. Yeah, he's just waiting for his ring of health, but he's like, I'm not leaving the lane to get it. My courier will get it up top, and he will walk it down to me.
The long migration from the secret shop. I'll have to come through mid and...
Yeah, that's dangerous, and Terrace is there.
Enchantress is hiding in behind and trying to come in towards mid. Lal, very low HP.
Oh, look, the courier! The courier gives away his positioning.
Oh, and Lal's just gonna walk back towards his tower. Nice Hurricane, though, shoving him in towards the Ember Spirit, and a Sleight of Fist, not even needed. Didn't have the mana for it. Just Enchantress right-clicks with that Blightstone was enough.
That is hilarious, though. He just starts pinging. He sees his entropy running through his river towards behind his house. Uh-oh.
Dire are scanning.
I gotta get out of here, but it was too late. No, that's all right. The old Trent checklist here. What's gonna happen at 10 minutes in this game? Darkseid has a Magnus, so naturally you start to pick things like speaking of which, the Magnus,
No, the Hurricane again.
Nice.
Really
getting better with Hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been practicing, you know.
Radiant's
warming up on
bottom
this hero.
tower is under attack.
Magnus, I feel like Magnus teams don't quite fall into as much of a farming lull as they used to, which is good, because, you know, it's a little bit more exciting to watch. But if you want to, you can still play pretty chill with a Mag a lot of the time, because you're obviously going to be farming a lot faster than your opponent. As Solo is going to be backed up here from the TV from Dahak, but it will be battle for your Ursa. So, you know, you're not going to be, like, free to simply sit back and wait, as he will be able to not only farm really fast, but also take down that rogue. So I'm looking for some good action from the Dire in around 10 minutes, I think, this game.
Yeah, I mean, the collapse up at top, close to death. Solo is considering going a little further forward under that tier 1. Mira also pretty low, so they're going to get bullied out of this lane with no salves, no tangos remaining. Korea delivering some tangos to Mira. Collapse is going to have to rely on his Helm, Mangoes, and the tower protection regen to keep him topped up. But yeah, it feels like even though Spirit have this Beast Master Ursa, and you look at this and kind of naturally and rightly so think, oh, that's a pretty fast-paced early lineup. I feel like Ursa lineups over the past year have been much more focused on second Roche and post 20-minute gameplay than they have straight up with lane fade and dominance early on.
Yeah.
And in the mid lane, Mira and Lal. smoke screen onto Kiyotaka, but the TP from Dahak, the move from Ataris, and Chantra's getting in behind onto Mira. Now shoving Lal away, and this is a 6-minute move in towards mid-tier 1. No catapult or anything, so just aggression for aggression's sake, it looks like. Maybe they can catch Miposhka here, and a good sleight of fist nearly brings down Mira. Smoke screen comes, and it looks like Kiyotaka, another remnant forward, still giving chase, but will not find the last.
Be careful, though.
Oh, the sentry down.
Laral's been holding his ulti this whole time. Like, there was a chance he maybe could have gotten Kiyotaka earlier, but he decided not to. So I just wonder, you know, what setup is he waiting for right now? But ends up just going all the way back home. And a huge take.
7-minute tier 1.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Arrow in
attack.
behind.
Radiant's middle
The kisses
tower
on
is
top. Nature's
under
profit is being blown up.
Nice.
With a wraparound, they did lose their tier 1. Oh, the smoke screen cookie gonna kill off Ember Spirit here. Lacking further control, and he's got the safety remnant up north. And Chandra still wants to give it a go, bullying back Laurel and Mira. But this tier 1, especially with an Ursa going Battle Fury in the team, really makes the map very difficult to play for Spirit, it feels like. Ench is playing bot jungle, and I don't think she's going to evacuate there anytime soon. Just stay there, farm jungle, steal creeps away from your turret.
Yeah, now you're probably gonna have to keep a very close eye on the vision in between the essentially in between the tier 1 where it was and the tier 2, like right where they have that sentry. You got to make sure you keep this area covered because the Ursa's gonna be going back and forth there a lot of the time, and you want to make sure that they don't have good vision of what Yataro's up to. Again, it just comes back to losing that mid-tier 1 tower and why it's always considered such an important one to hold because of how it just protects all of your space. As well as Roche, which obviously with an Ursa lineup, they're looking to that too. And meanwhile, Solo, he is leeching a lot of sweet XP here from the stack. Oh, thank you. Steals a couple. Then they ulti for a bunch of the rest.
Yeah.
Oh, collapse.
Still a Wrath of Nature on there as well.
Meanwhile, though, the important thing bottom is you're watching here is potential RP being set there from Miro.
Actually, Yatoro is not comfortable down here. The fact he's going this rushed battle build means, you know, there's no more than mask or anything to keep him sustained. It looks like they're trying to dive top as well. Hellraiser's really exploiting the fact they've got these hardcore early pushing heroes. Enchbot, Prophet top, Yatoro being dived again, and they will TP the Hawk down here. Skewer doesn't even need the RP, just right click and punch the bear down. Transfer it into another tier 1. And this is looking pretty sad for Spirit. They are meant to start picking up the pace 15, 20, 25 minutes in. That a 10-minute window where they're looking for second Roshan or the ability to play into that top dire jungle. The fact they have no towers damaged, never mind taken, makes it really hard for them.
Wait, oh, okay. For a second, I thought they were actually all full HP, but just the mid tower, which is kind of the worst situation possible. But anyway, yeah, they're all looking pretty good. I mean, Laurel's the lowest core right now, and that's a big problem. You got to get this snap off to a better start than this, or she just becomes a support. This is sort of what happens to these support-ish heroes that get thrown mid. If they don't get like really quick kills or some decent farm, they often miss out on that. You know, they want to take that and transfer it to kills elsewhere on the map. But Laurel doesn't have that comfort right now, so he needs to sync up with someone. But Mira doesn't have the dart, so before the dart, like Ricky's setup isn't the best. This will work though.
Radiant are scanning.
Down he goes. Finally taking a bit of control there and collapse. This tower is being guarded by Solo, and he traps collapse in the cog. Kiyotaka and Mira both here on that Wrath of Nature. Pretty big bit of damage. Clears through the Beastmaster. So that's a pretty big signal there to Team Spirit. The top lane is out of bounds. Do not push that tower. They will bring numbers to defend it.
When your position 1 has to just farm the dead lane, that means there's not a lot of farm going to any other core, right? Like, your Beastmaster just died. He's not farming and stacking Ancients right now. Snap is sort of holding mid.
Like, I'm kind of impressed Miposhka's already level 6. But this Ricky, level 4, is really going to struggle to find anything on the map. Buys the tome. That's a difficult one for him. And just the fact that Hellraisers are able to play their own aggressive game plan as well as coming back to defend. Now he's shutting collapse out of his triangle. They roar out Ember Spirit, bring in Lal, but the RP's there. Still losing Ember Spirit as they skewer across the Snapfire into the river. Mira trying to tumble away. Solo with the cogs to block away Miposhka and collapse. But Lal with his haste rune still giving chase. Trying to body block solo now for the catch up from Mira. I should be able to find this support kill at long last. Team Spirit guarding the bottom jungle, getting a kill. Now defending their own ancient spot and getting another couple. That's going to feel good.
Yeah, that was a greedy play to go for. He kind of got baited in a little bit there from Kiyotaka. Yeah, he's an Ember. He feels pretty invincible. And unfortunately, Solo did hook shot into the backside of his Magnus. So went straight up like that short film that did very well that one year. Pretty much looked like that. And unfortunately was not able to stop that kill onto the Ember. Otherwise, they get that. He gets pushed out. You empower the Ember while the RP's happening, and they all die quite explosively, you know? So that is the one downside to Clockwork, is the opportunity for missing the hook shot compared to position 5's generally having like safer ultimates. Like
Fiend's Grip or something.
Yeah. Global side.
Yeah, that's a good one. All that hook shot, regen runes on the ground, the skewer away. Mira trying to push Lal a little closer to Kiyotaka. That will open up the slide chains. Yes, Dahak, every fight that happens, he's TPing in there. He's got Treads, Maelstrom, top of the net worth still, but joining pretty much every battle.
And he dug up a mango.
What's Mira
shoveling
doing?
his way to victory here.
Shadowing the Enchantress. Legion. So this is how he gets his experience.
Yeah. I'm 6. Oh.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, nice body blocks. Get the Ursa straight off the bench. And that final swag kills her off.
Enchantress.
They're doing a great job booting these Hellraiser's heroes out of the jungles that they are invading. And just look at the observer warding here from Team Spirit. Double wards in their own Ancients area, and then one a little deeper off towards that top jungle close to the tier 1, tier 2 mid.
Yeah, very impressive comeback here, because they were starting to lose a lot of territory on the map as well as the gold lead. It got up like 4K before.
The Huck is blocking all the top camps with Treants.
It's also, that's a solid one.
They sentry themselves, so they die a sentry, they triple block camps with Treants, now they push the top wave. So Spirit really can't play up there. They have to play bottom. And that's why Hellraisers bring every one of their heroes to blow up Mira. This is getting a little awkward, Spirit.
All right. I don't know. I feel like they've done a surprisingly good job. The hardest part right now for Hellraisers is to try and temper the aggression while also still like taking the farm that you've earned by getting the space. Like you don't want to be too obsessed with getting the kills, but you also don't want to be like missing like creep waves, but you don't want to giving that space over. I guess even if you just farm passively right now, you can see just on the map how much more gold is going to go the way of Hellraisers, because they're just bottled up right now on Team Spirit and the Ancients.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah, they
is
might be
under
losing
attack.
a tier 2 bot soon. Smoke screen thrown out by the Ricky, but an army of skeletons. Bruce Campbell, the Enchantress, is here to take down your objectives.
Rally my skellies.
Tanked by the shockwave.
Radiant's
They've
bottom
got
tower
sentries.
is under attack.
Yeah, no dust here, just sentries on solo, it looks like. And they do scan this Roche attempt.
Radiant's
Nobody's
bottom
nearby,
tower
so it looks like the contest around Roche is going to be a close one. Kiyotaka is coming, but Aegis is already grabbed and he has to remnant away, yeah. Gets back to safety.
I think that's an okay trade for Hellraisers. It's versus an Ursa lineup, so good choice by Team Spirit to say, hey, we can't defend the bottom tower anyway, let's go take Roche. I don't think that's really going to impact Hellraisers. I think they're happy to get that tier 2 down, take the outpost, continue to hold more space for their opponents. And as long as Dahak just keeps sending the trees in and blocking off camps, this will be a net benefit for them in the end. So in order to make up for this, they're actually stacking the camps in that dire jungle right now. Did a good job of collapse there, using the creeps to help out. They got to get as much gold as they can.
That's desperate. Yeah, this is the key timing, right? This next 10-minute window for Team Spirit might not be a killer Aegis, one that they kind of carve their own area of the map with. It's more about passively farming and getting towards that second Roshan, which Team Spirit really do require to get up and running.
Radiant's middle
But yeah,
tower
at the top of the
is
net
under
worth for this
attack.
Battle Fury, it's still pretty comfortable for Yatoro. Just the rest of the heroes having difficulties.
Yeah, he will require a lot of help in terms of the control still, but that's something that Ricky can do, particularly now that he has the dart. I believe it's coming out now. Yeah, so he just enough gold at the right time. So
Nice.
Well done. They gave enough space. And now it's time to go for some setups. They've already smoked for this. Does pop though.
Yeah, the roar is there. And they've got the bird to bring down Kiyotaka. Oh, tried the bird shot. He's going to get arrowed as well. And they got the follow through to come in. Nepochka has another star storm in a second. And there's the cookie leap. Interesting. Doesn't land it. So he TP's home. The dart nearly connected as he returned to Fountain. But Solo is safe and sound.
What happens to the dart?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Doesn't follow.
Dire's structure
He's gonna fall asleep in the fountain or something for a second.
Well, we have to have some bonkers stuff like Juggernaut Omni Slashes to follow people to Fountain when they TP.
Never forget the Alchemist one, the never-ending concoction build-up.
Dire's middle
flying
tower
around everywhere.
has fallen.
Well, tier 1 mid and a 5-man group up from Spirit, so they are using this Aegis to try and bully Hellraisers. And the giant arrow is timing on the Magnus. Catch up the arrow. Hellraiser TPing here with a Prophet, trying to kill off the first life of the Ursa. It looks like Kiyotaka a little bit worried about entering the fight up high ground into darkness.
Buddy.
And now another dart. No arrow. It looks like Nepochka is just going to back it up. Try and bait Hellraisers up the high ground with a cookie on the front. Slam down on the clock. Chains won't kill Mira. He's got the Verdurous Gale now to heal him. A nice bit of green from Nepochka.
Radiant's top tower
And Hellraisers
is
are the
under
ones
attack.
now being hemmed back on their side of the river.
The Helmet Overload is so good for taking advantage of those situations and helping to force objectives when your opponents really just want to like cut waves and everything. They're just like running in there with it. Now they have another dart setup. You talk about the creep. We'll get out of the way in time.
Nice.
4 steps there. Oh, and the ulti was used first too. But so what they did earlier when they darted the Ember last time and they just didn't throw the arrow, Nepochka was just holding it, is they saw Solo was trying to do the body block play, and that just baits Solo into like full on depth. Like they don't even have to throw the arrow and he still just dies. So very good understanding of how people are learning to play around this dart. As we're also gonna see Mira place down the Courier Ward here, because Mira's really smart about Dota, like Trent is. And this is what you can do when you play these Rickies especially. Rickies are bounty hunters, they're extremely good. If you look at your mini-map in the top right there, that ward is going to give them so much intel through this entire game.
Person yourself. Just like Trent did.
I let them know.
Get them dead to Kiyotaka's DD rune. Well, having live near out to hug. Forces Yasuo to a race pretty early on. Does have a BKB here for the Ursa, but an RP stops them in tracks. Ember zips back up to the high ground again. So low. Pretty low. And Yasuo looking forward. That's his first life gone. But they've got the roar and the play. The rest of the team Spirit coming in from behind him. Collapse along. And turns to hug. The Prophet sprouts up, but he's dead. And Yasuo is still gunning for this Enchantress in the back. While Miero and Kiyotaka contend with collapse. And the Ursa's been left alone now. Lol couldn't keep getting involved. And he has to run away. Well, Hellraisers win a fight mid. And they push bottom lane tier 3 down to half health.
Oh, that's
wild.
Really is. You had to win that fight. I mean, that was a DD Ember who went home twice, I think? Is that possible? I don't know. It says he used his bottle 9 times. I guess he must have picked up something. But anyway, DD Ember, who got to go all the way back to the fountain, return to the fight, and continue going after that Aegis. So, kind of hard to handle there as, well, I do... well, actually, I don't think I agree with those odds.
4-1.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a little delayed, maybe. Shortly. There we go.
There we go. That's more like it. Looks like the old graphs there. Still favoring Spirit here. 71% win probability for Spirit. I mean, that's just going to be the Yatoro, the Yatoro Ursa effect. Or is it the Ricky, what do you call it? Ricky pill?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, it is. It sees how much this hero is winning, even if it looks kind of ugly sometimes. Yeah, you know what it is? I think it's that the bad Ricky games look so bad that it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But the good ones are just like, I don't know. He's definitely the Feast of Badman support, as we've always said in the Dota 2 cast. Yes, quite.
The Miss Havisham of Dota 2.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Quite. Go to the cigar lounge later.
Oh god.
Cabal. The rest of it. Cabal.
Which one? There's a couple of them now. Yeah, it's 10 to 10, nothing in it net worth-wise. And Spirit no longer having that Aegis, but still playing forward. A 4-star. Yeah, gets another range of the arrow. The hook shot's a good one from Solo. So the smoke screen immediately, make sure there's no cogs or batteries on play. And Solo straight into his own death. Dahak is playing bottom still, just shoving that tier 3 while the rest of his team scrambling to defend mid.
Dire's top
When you said
tower is
hook
falling.
shot isn't going on, I think was, is it? Because like I
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I had to check solo Detroit, make sure he had the 4-step finish, because he did not. And hook shotting an Ursa generally with the 4-step is bad news bears when his friends are around.
A risky play.
But it could have a huge payoff, as you said. Like, you know, maybe Mag gets in there, finds himself something. Still working on that Blink Dagger, but there is plenty of setup to help get him there right now. To go under. Oh, he tries to get the TP out. Oh! Pops the smoke and escapes with the help of the Hawk as well. Get that extra vision.
And we've got this game of ping pong now. Collapse, the Beastmaster, always very good at shoving that off lane all the way towards tier 3, so Hellraisers have to keep coming back to maintain it. I've seen Dahak, every opportunity he gets with his Treants, gets towards the bottom tier 3 and has already done a tremendous amount of damage to it. So a lot of pruning needed to be done to keep these lanes across the river.
Yataka looking for this rune, trying to do some shenanigans.
PKBs. Gets away from the sleeping dart.
Yeah, he had to, because he got dive bombed and that could have been bad.
Dire are scanning.
It's hard to believe that used to stun. that Hawk was so broken, man.
Well, that's a good point though. With dart, dive bomb, arrow, kisses, there's so much damage that just appears out of nowhere from Team Spirit. Whereas Hellraisers kind of have to commit with like a blink RP or a hook shot in from Clockwork. They're showing a hero and saying, "Hey, we're here and ready to fight."
It was an instant Roche. It's already up.
Oh wow!
It was like 0 seconds. It just spawned.
And Yatoro still with. Oh, the DD is wearing off actually. It may have been a move. Up to the high ground. Shot in. Rampant Nature's on him. Solo the one to die though, and Mira escapes. Hellraisers starting to get run over.
Blink here too. Oh, look at that shard hop.
Radiant's top tower is
Hey,
under
on the
attack.
Enchantress now. Oh, can you hit her? Oh, the
Radiant's top
hurricane
tower.
Yatoro gets roared now. And lol, Yatoro on top of the Enchantress can take her down a notch. And they've got a dart mid lane. Ember Spirit's still up. It is there. Ember Spirit under the smoke screen gonna get shredded by the bear.
Radiant's top tower is under
DKB
attack.
is coming back another 5 seconds. Ooh, but you know, they haven't checked Roche yet despite all their vision. And if they're a bit slow, there's actually a chance they don't get this. I think whoever gets this Roche just wins. That's definitely where I'm looking at this game right now.
Dire's
an arrow?
middle tower is under attack.
Sure is. And the bear snaps into action. BKB's up. Make sure there's no play from Mira to shockwave or skewer him under tower.
Dire's middle
I think
tower
that was kinda
is under
bad.
attack.
I don't think he gets the kill there. And now he has Blink and 50 gold. And now that he won't have BKB for the Roche fight. So if anything's going to give them a chance for Hellraisers, I think that was it.
Who's going to go into the pit though? Has anybody scouted it? Spirit haven't moved in, have they?
No, even Collapse hasn't noticed, and now it gets pinged from Solo. He's like, guys, any Rochers? Rochers in the chat?
Yeah, all 5 of them are. They're grouped up mid and smoking as a squad. No vision here really from either team. There's one Dar Observer Ward in their own Ancients. Apart from that, looks like the map is pretty dark. They invade into the Radiant Triangle.
He hit the Mirana illusion. Oh, they're gonna bait that they're doing it. They're gonna find the real heroes here.
The blink away.
So
They don't catch
small,
mid.
the world will
Yeah,
hardly
Tarka.
notice.
He walks up high ground again. It's just so scary going blind into these dark
He thought it was
portions of the
another
map.
Mirana illusion. And then it leaped and he pinged back on it. It's real.
Mira. Sleeping dart. Arrow coming. No force staff. He has the BKB. Kiyotaka, another spent BKB. And Roshan scouted by the Hawk now. Team Spirit are in the vicinity. And they know there's high ground vision there, which they'll quickly remove. It's going to come down to whether Dahak is able to stand his ground with his Nature's Prophet. He's got Glide near BKB, but he's going to be really relying on the Force Staff out of the Enchantress. The Force Staff on clock is 100 gold away. Oh, they desperately need that for the next fight, but it looks like it's going to happen before he can complete the item. Collapse showed on a dire ward, and Lal showed mid. So Hellraisers know that Team Spirit are pretty spread across the map. Still tentative about actually connecting onto
Dire's
them.
middle tower is under
How is Yano
attack.
just getting away with this for so long? Like, he's been getting so much gold down here, and no one's roshing. They haven't forced him to move. He's just a happy guy.
Sweet.
Goes back mid for a little bit, comes back down bottom, gets more. He's like 3k edge over an Aegis Prophet.
Just like no vision.
Invisibility.
Russ was right. Now 82% in favor of Team Spirit, and
climbing.
Radiant's top
yeah,
tower
I can't really
is
blame
under
them.
attack.
It's gonna come down to a big mag play. Miro still has the Tumbler toy. He's looking for every edge he can get.
Show top. Arrow misses on solo, and Mira trying to get away from this Edge Magnus. Blinks back in towards Miro, dodges the hook shot, and Ricky's still getting rooted up, caught out by the Prophet. Darts aggressively and TP forward, he's in the sprout, and Yatoro gets the stun in there. They catch the Hawk, dead for 50, and a double kill for Yatoro now. Team Spirit going to try and use this Ricky buyback to secure themselves Roshan.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tanky there. Oh my god, he buys him time, pushing them around and causes Sprout and Yatoro finally taken down. Throws the action onto the Hawk. He's dead for 70. And then Boschko landing that final arrow on the Ember Spirit. Full staff drifting. Ricky playing forward. And that orb landing. Trying to kill the Ember. The kisses are landing, but Kiyotaka still survives. Now Collapse. He'll buy the green. Lol comes in with a cookie, landing on 2. And Lol and Collapse pairing up, getting themselves another couple of kills.
Instead of guns.
I was trying to figure out why there weren't more kisses. Like, oh, he's got eggs.
Radiant
Just
are
fired one
scanning.
in there. Oh, Flash though.
I left my hoof prints in your backside.
That was a lot of. He just got like, oh my god, he's got like
Dire's
1,000
middle
gold. 'Cause he got the
tower is
Helm the
under
Overlord
attack.
creep as well.
Oh wow.
How
Carry
much
end
gold
time.
was that? 439 plus 510. Woo. Yeah, that was a lot of gold. Helping out the squad with some assists there, it seems.
It's going to be painful for Dahak though, right? Dying, buying back, and dying again. His build-up and scaling is now stunted pretty heavily.
It is very surprising that he's now below Laral, considering how this game started. Laral being obviously very far behind. But you know, there is one thing about Enchantress, is that she eventually comes back in these games and turns into this massive damage dealer. It's always good to give her a little bit of space when you can. And a long-awaited Lincoln Sphere as well here for Kiyotaka.
Are scanning.
Try and give him some more space and survivability in these engagements. He just needs that one extra, like, not being stunned moment to get off that extra sleight of fist with the Empower. And it stacks up so quickly in damage. He's almost to level 20 as well, which I presume will give him the sleight of fist hero damage.
I mean, what's the maximum stun duration from Spirit here? 3 on the dart, 5 on the arrows, that's 8. Roar is
4 on the roar.
12. Then you add a cookie or something. You got another like 2.5. So that's 14.5. You're chain stunned for. I mean, Abyssal Blade. You just 20 seconds of chain disable here.
Radiant's
We might
bottom
see them
tower
start doing
is under
dark
attack.
into roar as well. To try and deal with the whole just like BKB immunity coming off with the sacred arrow.
Yeah.
He's able to just BKB as that happens. But if you roar, at least, you know, he's still stunned.
Man, Dahak sitting on the screen now. He's had his items a while, needs a lot of room to improve. And he'll keep soft pushing with the treants in that bottom lane. It's going to be a minor irritant to Team Spirit here. But as always, the primary focus is going to be on the second Roshan. Aegis plus the Ag Shard.
How is this still out?
I'll hurry my
It was what,
Could have died
23? 7 minutes ago it spawned?
The bounty which my matriarch will prize.
That
has been a whirlwind time here in the mid lane, that's for sure. Lots of battling. Oh, the Ogre Seal Totem. Man, this thing is growing on me. I swear. Every game I feel like that it's in, I see a moment where it saves someone where they otherwise would have been dead.
Or you see a dart coming and you see a
Naka?
him away. Oh my god!
The dart, Lincoln's pop into an instant blink abyssal. Just gone. See you later.
And now it's got to be Roche time, right?
Yeah, did he have a roach? Oh, somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure where it is. is. I think I just saw it expire top.
Yeah, must be
Not anymore. Flare sees into the pit, but Roshan being taken. Solo's in. Roshan not dead yet. Yatoro holding up on it. Solo snatches it. He hit the Roshan and the tips come flying through on the clockwork. Well deserved as Solo snags the Aegis under the nose of this hungry bear.
Oh man, and I assume Ursa must have gotten the shard. Did he not have it before?
He didn't know.
Okay.
So he did just get it, yeah.
Well done, well done. Annoying, that's for sure. He keeps doing that on Clockwork. That's not the first time we've seen him do that.
And it's an important one as well. We've been hammering on about this second Roche, how it's so important for Ursa to have it, because that's one of the ways they close out the games. You go win a couple of team fights with that Aegis, potentially having 3 lives with Aegis, BKB, and Enrage. Now, you know, a little bit more challenging when you're facing off against RP and Hookshot. But a 10k lead and an overfarmed Ursa here, probably still very firmly a game controlled by Team Spirit.
He's kind of farming like he has Aegis, you know, like he's a little bit away from the team there as they start to regroup somewhat. Mira is messing with Porkyataka right now, jumping to pop and darting as well. A real nuisance. That is true. He can still really mess up this Ember though. He can like approach invis, smoke screen into jump dart.
Yeah, true. Ah, super annoying. These side lanes. Every time I look, it's like zoo on zoo. The two animal handlers, Beastmaster and Eng, but Collapse has the Black Dragon that was able to quell the push top for a little bit until a new round of Treants comes in. But these last few fights, I've been struggling to see the entry point for Hellraisers. I'm still waiting for that big blink RP. Is it just down to Team Spirit, the way that they're approaching and spreading, that's made it difficult for Mira?
I think that's part of it. It's also just like the Riki, the Vision again, Mira placing another one of these courier wards. Very annoying. It just helps you anticipate where people are moving on the map. They've also seemingly had a permanent ward right where Antares is right now on the Ench, on that little segment of the Dire Jungle. They've constantly had Vision there throughout the entire game. So they're seeing a lot of the moves. What they really need to wait for, I think, for Hellraisers is just the high ground push. I think they know there's no Aegis, so the high ground push is kind of bad for Team Spirit right now. They have Beastmaster, that's great, but eventually the Ursa wants to play the fight. That is the long bomb. All right, that's no fun. That's just a natural predator on prey action right there.
There's just like so much damage comes out of the darkness, you know? You're chilling, you're like, everything's fine, I can see a little bit of the map, and then 5 heroes appear from nowhere. As Team Spirit very quickly snap onto the edge, and now moving into that top jungle and got the disabled on the Ember, and what you called for, it was the smoke screen, blink dart into the catch from Lol and Yatoro. And it looks like they're aiming for high ground now. They cancelled their TP, they were considering going top to fight, but instead they're darting in the mid lane and catching Solo. Yes, all the full stack. He's got himself a little bit further, but Yatoro not caring about tier 3s or 4s, just goes diving for the kill.
Another carrot, really?
Yeah, this observer, what he called, is just perfect. That jumps in again. Mirana and Ursa from the mid tier 2 straight onto the Magnus Buys bottom tier 3. 3 heroes dead. And now they're on to tier 3 tower.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Well, it's hard to defend high ground when everyone's dead. It would have been their best moment. I mean, they're still trying to cut waves and dodge the couriers, so, you know.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
There's none from the Hawk? Nope, not getting it. But yeah, they're just going to try and catch waves. It looks like mid is just getting sacked. Ember's dead. Doesn't really have much of a choice here.
He does not want to let it die. Gets healed up. A bit of space there from Yatoro, though. There's no buyback on the clockwork. They're still going to be in a 3v5. Kiyotaka and Dark, they're defending the barracks.
Has he killed the wave mid?
Dire's middle barracks are under
But he goes in and finishes the job. The dart off the Lincolns. Team Spirit out of there now.
Creeps were dead for so long, and they're being held back in the mid by the Treants as well. That was so close to working. That's permanent economy damage right there. incredible
where's
effort
Dark?
from Solo.
Dark, what are you doing? He's a TP's back to the fountain. Trying to push out these side lanes as best he can. Tough one for a native spotter when you're so far down the net worth board. Magnus as well. Like, this Ench looks good with the amount of net worth she's got, but Mag suffering.
Yeah, Miro has some lofty goals ahead. Thinking about a potential refresher. I might just want to see maybe a shard to try and make one big play. Refresher's a bit tough.
I'm kind of curious about.
Gem over to Miro.
I guess the Yules make sense against the Ursa. I was just wondering if another 4-staff or something would have paid off for the Miero as well.
Yeah. It feels like 4-staffs, when you keep stacking them, just get better and better. So I kind of agree. I feel like that could have been solid, but maybe, as you said, it's just his own little bit of survivability that could help out and turn some things around.
And just now we're looking at Mirana with Yule Lotus Orb, has a gem, so starts dewarding that top portion of the map. The rest of Team Spirit smoked and wandering into mid. Couple of protective wards here from Hellraisers as they plant themselves in their own triangle. Team Spirit making target forward. Tries to get on the Ursa. Yatoro with the help of Mira. They off the Lincolns but don't jump in. The Yule Scepter comes and Miero. Oh, weird. Did he get 4-staffed by the Ricky? So he couldn't skewer? I think that's what happened.
Yeah, there was also a 4-staff to back out Yadro too, so.
Dire are
Least.
scanning.
Something interesting happened there. Couldn't get the skewer away. So Team Spirit still continuing their push on the high ground up to tier 3 there.
Radiant's
Courier.
courier has been killed.
Lands in the mid lane to the creep wave. Driving tier 3. This is over the top. Mira gets Lotus Orbed and tricks out. It feels like Hellraisers just going to be holding high ground. They don't want to chase out of their base.
That was a good defense, though. Like, considering the start, they got the stun onto Clockwork. They used the kisses, weren't able to get the kill. Ursa didn't have pop BKB, so that is one advantage for Team Spirit. But I think if there was a time to start moving out of the map, this is it.
Just a matter of who they can catch, though. Mira is so irritating. And Naposhka's right behind him, so they've got 4-staffs, Lotuses, plenty to disengage if Hellraisers do opt to get on top of someone. Let's see, can they cancel the blink? The Lincolns, they do. Nice play onto the Ember, but a quick BKB from Kiyotaka keeps them safe. Team Spirit now, though. But darted. Arrow chain stun with a cookie from Lol. They get Yatoro onto that. It's a dark. Oh no! Step too far forward. Hellraiser's just going to get obliterated here. They came out of their base and they just went to save. Yatoro giving an infinite shot in the back of the head, but he turns and faces the person who's trying to kill him gets killed instead. Hunter-S dead, and another dart finds the Ember Spirit. GG is called. It is over. Team Spirit, they hit their timings in a game that looked dead even. Well, Hellraisers, they slipped in a little bit in the game. Victory!
They did such a great job pressuring those early towers and taking away the space for Team Spirit's farm. But some really important moves before, like prior to 15 minutes, before the Darth were made by Team Spirit to keep its